Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today is going to be a project day, and I think I'm going to dedicate this entire video, rather than it being a sort of proper vlog, to organising our kitchen. Some people might be like, sounds like literally the most boring thing ever, but I love watching organising videos, and you did like the one where I was organising my gym wardrobe, so I thought I'd do a whole video for organising our kitchen. Just a little bit of context, our kitchen is the only part of our house that we are basically spending time in at the moment, apart from our bedroom, which just literally has one bed in, nothing else is sorted in there, and we obviously sleep in it at night time, no explanation needed. Kitchen is a place we are doing everything at the moment, mainly because neither of us have a study space yet. We don't have a proper sofa. Kitchen is a place we do everything in, and it is just not sorted at all. If you don't know, we've only just moved into this house, if you haven't watched any previous videos. We basically had loads of family here, we put everything in cupboards. A couple of things ended up in sort of the right cupboards, but we can't find anything, and cooking at the moment is just so stressful, and it'd be really nice to have one room feel just pretty much like 90% sorted at least, to just make us feel a little bit more settled. Because the only thing at the moment, we are going through so many exciting changes, but we could really do with the house just being a little bit more like home, you know, when you just know where everything is and it's like a calming environment to be in. Don't think we're like quite there yet with it, which is completely fine. We've obviously got a long time to sort everything. We're doing everything gradually, but yeah, today is going to be a sorting video where we are going to get this kitchen ready to go. So before we get started, I think I mentioned these in another video. We don't like them. I know from afar they look absolutely fine, but there are a couple of things we don't like about them, which I think I've explained already. They are a bit too bulky for this space. They have really bulky legs, which would be great if this countertop was like humongous. But when they're all tucked under, they are really bulky, take up too much space. They don't sit very far under here. We'd prefer if the back almost sat against the, the side of the worktop. So when I was looking at Pinterest boards before we moved in, I was looking at some just like basic stools, and there are some that you've probably seen in loads of different houses that are very like in fashion at the moment, that have like an oak top to them and have black metal legs. Now, I don't want those, I do love them, but a lot of people have got them now. But I was thinking to just have a simple stool. But when we moved in, my parents were like, I think you will want something that's a bit comfier, which is why we ended up going for like a chunky upholstered thing. And I'm now thinking we need something that's like halfway between. So if anyone's got any suggestions for lovely places that don't have crazy wait times on them, that has some nice stools, please let us know. Basically not too chunky, but not uncomfortable either. I'm thinking we could possibly go for a stool with like a comfy seat on. I don't know, it's difficult to tell because when we get a dining room table, I don't think we'll be sitting on these half as much, and also when we've got our study spaces, we won't. At the moment, it's great to have these comfy ones because they've got a really comfy back and we spend a lot of time on them. But yeah, if you've got any suggestions for lovely furniture places, send them my way. So this is the main space we are tackling. So this is like the majority of our cupboard space, all in one section. So in theory, this is quite a practical space. Nice deep shelves, a lot of them. I like that there's electric sockets, so we can have appliances in here rather than on the countertop. But we literally can't find anything in here. So everything is just stacked on one level, and it's just not working for us at the moment. So I bought some shelf organisers. I've actually messed up with the first thing I bought because I bought some of these trays that are you're meant to nail onto these doors like this and have things in them. I thought they'd be great. They're the right depth, I measured them. I went to attach them on earlier in the day, and where the screws are meant to go are literally right on the edge of these boards, to the extent that it would actually completely damage the boards if I put them on. So they did come with a sticky solution rather than nailing them in, which is what I'm gonna do, because the nails they're basically, the nails are this long, and that is actually longer than our doors, so it would completely ruin them. So we're gonna go with a sticky solution, but the only issue with the sticky solution is that because of where this sits, it would just basically not work because it's off the edge of the groove. I don't know if I'm making any sense here. So we aren't going to be able to use as many of these as I've bought, but we are going to be able to put one here, the same, oh, potentially the same here. Don't know if that will work, will it? Because we won't be able to slot things in. Anyway, and then one at the bottom and the same on 2 other shelves. But yeah, not quite as practical as I planned. And I did think I was being really organised. And I measured them as well, but you know, these are actually from Amazon. I'll try and link everything I use in this video in the description box. Right, so I think that works quite well. I'm gonna leave it for 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure it's all dry. I don't know if it even needs to dry really, but I just don't wanna hang anything heavy on it until it's had a little bit of time to settle. So this is one of the organisers that I bought, again, just from Amazon, and I will try and link below if I remember. And it's basically like a shelf, what do I mean? Like a thing that you can just put things on each shelf and it will stagger the height. And it's actually adjustable. So this slides in. I can't really do it with one hand, but I think potentially that might be about the same width as the cupboard I'm gonna put in anyway. That should help in regards to being able to like see each tin, or, you know, basically making sure nothing gets lost and goes off at the back of the cupboard. And then I also have these ones, which I used at our old flat. That's actually a shelf divider at the top. And yeah, gonna see what I can do with them. So here goes. So I've got these other 2, which were from IKEA, and I'm gonna see if they will fit at the back. Okay, I have a feeling. Yeah, so we're only gonna be able to fit one, but that is a massive help. And then maybe I can put some taller sort of sauces at the back or whatever. So I'm finding it kind of hard to figure out what I want on each shelf. I know that sounds like a very trivial problem to have, but I'm actually gonna organise this one first, so it clears some of the items. I'm gonna put things that we use on like a daily basis. So like chia seeds, for example, I use every day. Biscoff spread we use all the time in smoothies. Maple syrup in the overnight oats, things like that here. And then it'll clear some space, and then I can figure out that section a bit easier. This bottom cupboard is a little bit difficult because it's actually just really impractical for, you know, when you're trying to make a recipe and you need to go and find something from there, because you've got to fully get on your hands and knees, get to the back of the cupboard. Great height for me, this angle. Right, on to the next stage. So this section I'm a little bit stressed about, I'm not gonna lie. I already don't know what we're gonna do about it. In my old flat, I had kind of 2 cupboards that were really narrow, dedicated to pantry stuff, so I could have everything just laid out like this. But this one's really deep, and I'm not gonna be able to find anything particularly easily. But I think long-term solution is that maybe we'll get one of those little step ladders, like a little stool, and keep it down there, and then we can just reach up to get it, because I have tried to think of a better solution, but I can't. We don't actually have enough cupboards well, we have enough cupboards, but we do have quite, I don't know, do we have a lot of stuff? We do have 2 whole cupboards, to be fair, that are completely dedicated to supplements. So yeah, that's probably a reason why. But yeah, I think that's probably just gonna have to be kind of the best of a bad situation up here. So let's get cracking and see what we can get done. Wish me luck. Wish me through the... Oh, it's about to do its run, aren't you?
Yes, I'm gonna run in this.
Go and get it done. Right, this matcha is absolutely essential for this next stage of organising, because I'm feeling tired and I haven't really made a lot. These honestly come out differently every time I make them for some reason. I think I just need to start getting the quantity right. gradually getting darker and darker as I finish this project. So I think what I'm gonna do is like a full show you everything tomorrow in the morning because I hate horrible yellow lights. But just want to show you, this is the label maker I've got. Again, it was an Amazon purchase and it makes these kind of like retro style labels. You know, for example, if one finishes and I don't restock it and it ends up with something else in it, I just do another label. So the risotto rice didn't have much left, so I've moved it into one of these smaller ones. Risotto. It's one S double T, isn't it? Yeah. And then that's what it looks like. And what I've been doing is actually just sticking it on another side because if I ever need that side again, then, you know, I can just use it quite easily. And we've got risotto rice ready to go. So with the cupboards, I have decided the things that I just don't use as often, I'm gonna put to the back. So lentil pasta, gluten-free pasta, which I've got for when my sister comes around, she is gluten-free, corn kernels, giant couscous, when do I ever even use that? But I think I have used it for a recipe before. So I'm probably gonna add the risotto rice further to the back because I just don't use it very often. Hey guys, so it's the next day and we made some very good progress. There are definitely a couple of bits that aren't perfect. I feel like I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to organisation. If you saw my first organisation video I did on this channel, I think it was like, maybe like my second or third video or something, you'll see that I love it to be like colour coordinated and just very kind of aesthetic organisation. This is not perfect. I think I actually got a little bit of inspiration today. Basically, you'll see in probably my next video, that is my transformation of my like desk, study wardrobe room, that I actually visited Neptune, which is a very kind of like bougie furniture and like decor shop in the UK, and it's beautiful, like so beautiful. Got a lot of inspiration from that. And one of the things, which I'll show you, that they actually, this is actually, out of everything I saw, this was probably like the least interesting thing, but for me it was quite interesting. But two things that I saw. One was, I was never planning on putting my plates and bowls and things in these. I was just gonna kind of leave them all to glasses. But I saw this in the store, which I took a picture of, and they've obviously got plates and bowls and things in there. And if I did that, because we've got two glass cabinets like that, I would then have another whole free drawer, which would be really, really useful actually. And I'd maybe consider then moving around everything else. Because there are a few things that just don't really fit at the moment. Like we don't have a microwave yet. And when we put the microwave in, could really do with going in this cupboard or, well, yeah, to be honest, probably that cupboard, plugged in all the time. And obviously at the moment it just won't fit because we've got NutriBullet and everything else in there. If maybe this cabinet or this cabinet had the contents of this drawer in, I think that would end up really solving our problem. And also I love our plates and bowls and things, and I would really happily have them on display. They're this gorgeous kind of pale blue color. They were from Silver Mushroom Lifestyle, and the brand is actually Brost Copenhagen. I don't actually know how you say it. Maybe it's a slightly different pronunciation to that, but I'd really happily have those on display. So that could solve all of our issues. But for now, this is how far we've got with it. So top shelf is kind of like pantry things. This isn't the most practical thing ever, but I really couldn't think of another solution for it. So just to find the things behind, you do have to take out that front layer. So this next section I love. I think I've done really well with this. I bought this organizer, like I said, from Amazon, and I think I can just see everything in it absolutely fine. We've got a couple of top up things down there at the back, which I'm hoping I don't forget about. And yeah, I think that's gonna work really well for us. I can see everything in the cupboard and it, you know, uses the space well. These look great, could end up being a bit of an issue because I have noticed, especially on the one at the bottom, these sticky things are already starting to come off. So we may need to think of a slightly different solution for these. And we often use all these things for overnight oats, so it works really well just having them there, easily accessible and everything like that. So these two shelves, please ignore for now because I need to sort out the appliances. We really want to get a white or a cream toaster just to go the rest of the kitchen. And yeah, obviously at the moment that is just far from being perfect. This whole section, to be honest, is mainly kind of Asian cooking ingredients. I cook a lot of Asian inspired food, whether that's like Korean, Japanese, Chinese. I just love it so much, and I do have quite a lot of like sauces for that, and because I use them all the time, I wanted them out near the front. But we've got things like sushi, what's the green sushi paper called? The seaweedy thing, I can't remember what it's called anyway. The thing that you use to make sushi with, rice paper sheets and everything like that, sushi rice, and then top-ups of oil at the back. Yeah, just think that these are a really good use of space, although I'm just slightly worried that they're gonna fall off. Then this at the moment is the kind of snack baking cupboard, but this is a little bit too full, and to be honest, if we get one more box of cereal, which is very likely considering we've got quite a shortage of snacks at the moment, it's not going to fit in. So although this looks organised, we've got cereal there, we've got a box with all the seeds and nuts and things, which I pulled out from that cupboard over there, and we've got another little pull-up tray of snacks. When that gets more full, it's just not really going to work for us. That's why I think actually moving the snacks over to that cupboard that's currently got plates in will do really well. Then at the bottom, this is mainly all baking stuff minus some salt. And again, not the easiest to find everything in there, but for now, that's kind of the best I could do. And then I've added to this section smaller baking things, so like chocolate chips, baking powder, vanilla essence, sprinkles, mini marshmallows. So that is as far as I've got with the kitchen, and I think for another couple of weeks I probably won't end up doing too much in the kitchen, just because we've got a lot going on with other things. Like I said, we're about to have our fitted wardrobes done, which will hopefully be in the next video, and that will mean that a lot of the stuff that's down here, God, do you know what, I'm actually just gonna show you. This is what our lounge space currently looks like. See, you can hardly even see Elliot, he's amongst so much stuff. So I'm hoping as a lot of the stuff downstairs sort of gets cleared out to the upstairs, when we've got the wardrobes in, we can finalise everything down here. I can go and get more baskets and boxes and things. I'm gonna do a whole, well, maybe not a dedicated video, but like a whole video where I'm like styling the shelves. I've already been filming the next video. I'm honestly loving doing uploads on this channel. Thanks so much for your support and really kind comments and everything like that. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.